just turning my mic back on. This guitar is so loud acoustically that I'm going to have to mute my microphone sometimes when we're talking. How are you guys? I'm sorry it took me a second to get on. I was a few seconds late. I was sitting here playing guitar and realized I did not hit the button. So this is a new guitar. I traded an amp for it. It's a custom shop 335 reissue. Under the lights, it looks really good. A little bit of red in there. And I just got through putting a Faber bridge set on there. Holy crap, did it make a huge difference. It had the 63 reissue bridge with the nylon saddles on it. This is the Faber tone lock thing, which is really clever. Wow. It turned this thing into, hey Bjorn, hey Canute, how are you guys? Scandinavia showing up. Thank you, fellas. So to all my Scandinavian friends here, you guys all know Arne Haast, right? That owns Vintage Guitar Norway. He's really not doing well. If you guys could reach out on Facebook and say hello to him, I know he would really appreciate it. For you non-Norwegians, Arne, A-R-N-E. Last name is Haast, H-A-S-T. Say hi. He was a partner of ours at 65 since almost the beginning, and we've become really good friends. So do me a favor, reach out and say hello to the man. I love this guitar. I got to admit, though, changing the bridge made a big difference. That Faber bridge is impressive. It's really impressive. All I did was I put the new ABR1 with their tone lock thing. It's got a little sleeve here that you tighten up, and you can pick the whole guitar up. You know, normally with an ABR1, it's loose. It just sits there. And this is locked on. You can really pick the whole guitar. Same with the locking. I did the locking studs down here, and they have these little spacers you put underneath. And then when you turn the studs are like German stainless steel. They're very heavy duty. And when you crank it down, the tailpiece is also locked on. You can pick the whole guitar up, as you know with the Gibson, it just falls off when you take the strings off. So big difference. I highly recommend it. I'm not getting paid to endorse anything. I dig it. It's great. Needless to say, I tried a few other bridges, the kind of obvious ones, and this was the winner. Bjorn, yeah, you've known about Arne for a while. Well, it's gone to the next level. I'm not going to say anything I shouldn't say about him, but he needs a little love and support. So if you guys could do that, do it for me. If nothing else, that would be great. So when I got this, I assumed I was going to have to change the pickups. It's custom buckers. I don't think I'm going to have to. And I know my buddy Ron makes killer pickups specifically for 335s, Ron Ellis. But this sounds good. And then I'm going to take it over to Michael de Temple and do the fossilized ivory nut. It has bone nut on it right now. The fossilized mastodon ivory adds a little sustain and a little body to the notes. You get a little more clarity about it. I think this guitar will be great. Plus, I do not have to change pickups on a 335, which you've ever done that is you'll invent new cuss words by the time you're done. I like these pickups. Does it sound good out there? Across fine. In my headphones, it sounds really good. And the little prototype amp is done. I got one more cap I'm going to change on this channel, I think. Let me mute my mic for a second. This thing is so loud acoustically, if I leave my mic on, you hear fret noise and fingers and stuff. Anyway, I dig it. A little more setup work I need to do on it. I'm getting some fret noise and stuff like that, but man, that Faber thing was so easy. It was crazy. When I looked at it, I went, oh no, this is going to be complex. It was stupid easy. Jethro Bodine easy, right? Anyway, I love this guitar. It's great. I traded a Memphis, Monterey for it. So I just want to remind you guys not to be a salesman, but I still have that 58 Custom Shop Junior for sale for a lot less money than you would buy it new, and it's practically new. You guys remember when I just got it last spring. So that, and I do have another Monterey that I can sell. I just need to put it in a cabinet. Anyway, I'm supposed to have show comments on what's going on here. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, man. So, how's life with you guys? The world's completely upside down. We can talk about that if you want. I know a lot of people come here to not do that. It's fine either way. I think Americans and non-Americans are all worried. Hey, Phil, what's up, buddy? I made it. Not on purpose, of course. Yeah, you missed it. I got this guitar. I might have told you about it. I traded it for an amp. And I'm really pleased with it. I just put the Faber bridge set on. Really made a difference. My God, did the guitar liven up. Ben Silberman, yeah, it's beyond upside down. I think the word starts with F. It's really bad, and I don't want to dwell on it and start getting into hand wringing and all that stuff. Because I'm an interminably positive person. And I feel really good that there's going to be a positive outcome. Of course, it's just going slower than we all want. Right? One of the solaces for me is playing guitar. Bjorn, Arna's father sent that to me. There's a Norwegian YouTube channel called Riggen that features Norwegian working musicians. Carmen friend Lars Hovard was featured the other day, and 65 was featured at Tupelo at the time. Of course, it sounded sweet. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I heard from a few people. That's right, Ben, and golf. Stop. That's my little secret, too. I was out this morning at dawn putting, chipping and putting, having coffee. Yeah, and I might go do a little short game practice at the end of the day. But yes, Bjorn, I saw that. I've been communicating with Lars Hovard and Aslog about Arna. I'm going to try to come over there this spring, I think. Yeah, Ben, we're going to make it. Don't worry, man. I'm telling you, everything's going to be okay. I have faith in humanity, and I have faith in our system. Granted, that's not a popular position right now, but I'm sticking with it. And Rob Price says, yeah, the best music comes from crappy times, right? Yeah, sing it. A little more gain on this. Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty darn scary, no matter where you stand in politics or anything. Um, Left, right, center. I'm dead in center. I'm a registered independent. Problem is, I have a degree in political science, which is up there somewhere on the wall, um, which makes you skeptical about all politics. Um, and I don't really have any faith, left or right. I have different opinions about certain people, and regardless of what party they're in. These pickups kind of work, don't they? These are custom buckers. Ben Silberman asks, good question, what is the format of the prototype? It's kind of similar to the old producer amp. The controls are similar. The circuit inside is close. We took it to a couple different places. And then the main difference is the power section is very different. I have a custom-made power transformer in here. I think you guys saw me going through all those iterations, right? That was a lot of money. Anyway, I got a power transformer that has 3 taps on it right now. Only 2 of them are hooked up. They're the lowest power taps, right? So I could run this amp at 50 watts, which is not hooked up. Or I can run it at 20 watts, which is what we're doing right now. It's a pair of 6L6s, by the way. But I can do this with EL34s, KT77s, KT66s, whatever you want to do. This is a portable format. So, or I can run it down here, and it's like 3 watts, right? Let me mute my mic, and you can hear how low it is. Now, StreamYard, everybody puts a lot of compression on it, so it might not sound that quieter to you. In my headphones, it's gone down to almost nothing, right? But if I were to push the gain on my preamp up higher, it would sound exactly the same. So what that means is you can sit around the house and play. I need to bring my 112 cabinet back here. It's over where we're prototyping on the little amp with David Royer and Dusty Wakeman. I can run 3 watts through it in here, and you can just hear it on my vocal mic and go, hey, that's... And it sounds correct. It sounds and feels like you're playing a big amp. Doesn't change under finger at all, which every low-powered amp I've ever played was quite a compromise. Even though it's very... I got an itch. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Pardon me. What did that boy do on his show? Every low-powered amp, I'm kind of blinded by the fact that it's quiet, and I'm grateful for that. But it doesn't sound the same, and it doesn't feel the same. Even when we did the master voltage on our previous amps, which this still has, because this is a prototype chassis that we bastardized. So I can turn the voltage down so low the tubes will shut off on this. But Curtis Wright says, sounds great from here. I was playing my Producer 84 earlier today. Oh, cool, man. So this is in the same family. The purpose of the Producer was to play with voltage and see what happens. Jamie Loney says, I have custom buckers in my 59 reissue. Love them, but I believe they were unpotted. Yes, they are unpotted. At least they're in my Chicago Music Exchange Gibson Les Paul. Yeah, they are unpotted, but I don't play loud enough anywhere to worry about feedback anymore. So, time to dig out my Pro 6L6. Yeah, it ain't going to sound like this. That's a great amp, though. I love Pros. Is it a vintage one, Ben? Like a brown Tolex kind of thing? I'm digging this in my headphones. It sounds really good. I'm just playing through an IR on the UA, aux box. In real life, it's going to sound better, right? Still got that song in my head. Luis, what amp are we talking about? This is my prototype. It doesn't really have a name right now. There's a little piece of masking tape here that says El Pompadouro, which is a name that Mike Franciscini made up. Mike is really good at naming prototype amps. A lot of our prototypes. El Pompadouro. I don't know even what it means, other than I know what a pompadour haircut is, right? Ben Silverman, man, I hear you, buddy. He says, my hands are getting stiff as I get older. It's a little depressing. So, me too, right? I'm 60. And a lot of the pros that I know deal with the same thing. So, I can give you a couple of tips that may help. They help me. I get protein. I go to Costco, right? I got kids in college, right? So we're living on Costco time. I go to Costco and I get this protein drink that has collagen in it. And it really loosens up my joints. Also, my diet makes a big difference. And, I talk to Peter Stroud all the time, who's a little bit older than me. But he's been playing guitar for a living since like 1978. So, the joints start wearing out, right? The osteoarthritis just happens to everybody. And Peter has told me that his diet makes a big difference in how his hands work. Noticeable difference, especially salt and stuff like that. Like if you eat a pizza or some salty food, you'll feel your joints just swell up. It makes them very stiff. And but I take the collagen stuff. Either I put it in my coffee, the collagen peptides, or I get the protein drink that has collagen in it at Costco. And I believe it makes a difference. The other thing too is, this is the good part, this is the good news, you got to play guitar every day. I've talked to my doctors. I have like my regular general practitioner and my sports medicine doctor because I have a knee problem and other joints that are unhappy. And they all say the same thing. Arthritic joints will work as long as you use them. So there you go. You can say it's a prescription. You're required to play golf. Freudian slip. You're required to play guitar every day. And warm up properly. Like, don't just grab the guitar and play your favorite blues licks. Like, warm up, Only play better than that. Like sit around and run some scales and make it work. Ben says, I eat really clean these days. I use collagen as well. Okay, good. Then you're doing an Epic one. What does that say? I don't have my glasses on. Epic 157. Good. I need to play every day. I mean, you probably know this, and it's really more for everybody. I'm not trying to, tell you what to do. But the one thing that all my doctors have said is that arthritic joints work if you use them. So even Peter, who was here, a few weeks ago, man, that dude works. He does like 20, 30 minutes of exercise every day. Not playing licks and stuff you're already comfortable with. It's more about moving the joints. EPC 1570. I think that's what it says. I don't have my reading glasses on. I just had both my eyes redone, right? So, But Peter will come over here and be sitting, oh, peptide. Oh, I got you. Oh, yeah, I have to try that. He sits around and does that shit all the time. But ever since I've known him, he's had a great work ethic with the guitar. He doesn't just pick up the guitar and wank for a little while. Like, he warms up properly, you know, an intentional routine that he has to warm up his hands. That helps your joints. And then he's got exercises that he does to work on the muscles. And as far as I understand it, if you build up the muscles in your hands, it takes some stress off your joints. You know, just like if your leg is weak, it makes it harder on your knees, right? Or if your shoulder is weak, it makes it harder on your shoulder joints. So they're little muscles and they build quickly. If you sit down and do intentional work, let's just say start off reasonable. Sorry, I got something in my eye. Start off reasonably. Do 5 minutes of work, intentional work, not sitting around going. Of course, you'd really need to do it here and play it right. I did see him at the Whiskey Fill. It was killer. I think I posted some pictures and videos. If you want more, I'll put a folder up on the fans page. Ben, send me a link on that peptide you're taking. But anyway, I think the best way to fight arthritis in the hands is to use the joints, right? And build up the muscles in your fingers. Peter's also got one of those, you know, individual finger things with the springs on, like you're playing a trumpet. I see a lot of the pros that I know that are older guys, not old guys, just older guys, right? They do intentional work with their hands to get it stronger. Anyway, I'll leave it alone. I'm beating a dead horse at this point, I know. The only thing I did different when I put this guitar back together is I used regular strings. And I've gotten so used to the pure nickel strings, I need to swap it out. There's just a little bit of grindy bite on top of it with regular strings. I've grown unaccustomed to now because I've been using pure nickel strings for a long time. The guitar barks really nice. Anyway, yeah. So, I avoided the world's going to hell subject. I just want to let you know, like, it's going to be okay. It seems like things are starting to correct a little bit. Now, let me caution you, because I talk to a lot of people about this stuff. Here's what's not going to happen. There's not going to be this beautiful Hollywood ending, you know, where everybody suddenly wakes up and says, oh my God, we have to put the world back the way it was. It's not going to happen. The only thing politicians care about, because they're all narcissist sociopaths, you learn this when you study political science, right? There's not a normal one among them. There are some that are more normal than others, but there's not a normal one among them. The only thing that politicians will pay attention to is not getting reelected. That's all they care about. So there's your pathway. Woo, I got the hiccup, sorry. The only thing you can do is let politicians know, hey, I'm in your district and I have these preferences. This is what I would like to see happen. So they're more afraid of not getting reelected than they are of anything else. And take my word for this. This is gospel. That's the only thing they care about. Now, it might be hard for you to understand that and go, well, but I'm a human being and I have a heart and I have a soul. How can that be so cut and dry? Well, you're not a politician. To get to national level politics, you have to have a certain sort of personality type that is really uncomfortable for normal people like you and I to be around. And I noticed, like, when I was a kid, my dad was a temporary judge. And the judge got cancer or something, and they appointed my dad. This is in a small town in Missouri. And there were some conversations about politics, you know, and immediately at that level in a small town, it was like, well, the only way you're going to get money is if you do what these people want to do. And the discussion ended right there. Like, no, I don't want to do that. This is in a small, you imagine, extrapolate that up the chain, right? Mayor of a small town to local representative in a state legislature to Senate in the state legislature to local representative in the federal level up to Senate in the federal level. You can imagine what's left of these people's soul, right? Nothing. They just do. And then right now, because there's unlimited money in politics, anyone with money can go, you're going to do what I tell you to do. And if you don't, I'll pay for that guy's campaign and we'll destroy you. So that's where it is. And it's ugly, and it's not like it is in movies, and it's not like it is on television shows. So there's your pathway right there. If you have that knowledge and you want to change anything, doesn't matter if you support someone or you don't support someone or whatever, you let the person know that represents you at your state level and at your federal level, this is what I want. Now, the politicians don't read all those emails, but their staff does. They got interns and junior people working there that read everything, and then they summarize it for their boss, who then summarizes it for the politician. What do you hear from the field today? What I hear is Faber bridge setups are really nice. Okay, well, we want to pass a bill in Congress that says we want to give an award to Faber bridges. Right? I'm digging this guitar and this amp right now. Pull a little bit of treble back. And I can, man, I've been talking this whole time without my microphone on. Shit. I'm sorry. How long has my microphone been off? Gosh darn it. I had to mute it so you could hear the guitar. Dang it, somebody should have told me. Anyway, let me repeat what I was saying real quick. Damn it. That's a joke. That's funny. I know funny. That's funny. I need to put my control thing right here where I can see it. I'm saying just back to the world coming to an end. Oh, you could hear me the whole time? Does it still work? Oh my God, it does work. Oh, I see. It's just the 4K note. All right, anyway. Anush Sinha, hey, good to see you too. Not long. Okay, I'm sorry. My bad. And I didn't even smoke any meth today. It's crazy. You can hear everything. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm a little tired. Coming through loud and clear. Thank you, Rick. Yeah, man. Man, I'm digging. I'm getting distracted by how good this sounds. It's got that. You know, we talked about this before. Like, you know, I was born in the excuse me. I was born in the '60s, and I started playing guitar around 1977. I was born in 1965, obviously. And I started playing guitar, 12 years old, so 1977. And the stuff on the radio, even though I didn't really like the songs, there were some really good guitar sounds, right? So that thing. I Love those guitars. And they're interesting voicings of the chords. I'm hearing that with this guitar and this amp setup. And I could put a little more gain on it. So it's that F9 thing where the F, you do the F with your thumb. So it's F9. But you gotta do the... I'm hearing all that right now. It's making me happy. Anyway, so man, we're all we're all over the place today. Arthritis, politics, bridges, amplifiers, and guitars. Grocery shopping with Dan Boole. I don't know, man. Tell me what you think. To me, I'm getting a lot of love out of this whole setup. And these are 6L6s. 6L6s, my friends. What if we put EL34s in and optimize the transformer and everything for EL34s? This output transformer is for 6L6s. So if I did an EL34 version of this, I would have to change the output to max and get it correct. You know. So if I go like this, yeah, that's a good sound in there. I mean, even if I put it in the middle position, roll the neck pickup back a little bit. I know, Phil, the power transformer is from Pacific, and the output transformer is from Mercury, but I don't think it will be in production. I'm having a hard time. I don't know what's going on with Mercury. They've kind of, I mean, they're at NAMM and everything, but I don't have good luck working with their people now, which is really unfortunate because I had a great friendship with those guys for a long time. I think they just got bigger fish to fry now. I know they have like some military contracts, I've heard. I don't know if it's true or not. I've heard this. Hearsay, anecdotal stuff. And I know for a while they had some stuff going on with Ford, I think. Now that we're talking about this, I really want to do this with EL34s or even KT77s and get that really 60s, 70s vintage kind of sound. Will the new transformer work in my Memphis? Yes, it will. Have you tried Habor? Yeah, you know, I like Habor a lot. So one of the things I think we talked about it last week is I found a contract manufacturer that I'm going to use for the new stuff. And he's in the middle of the country. And we're probably going to spec with Habor because they're right there. They're very close to Habor. And transformers are so heavy that shipping cost is a big concern, right? So Habor is on the table right now. I like Hey Bora a lot. I know a lot of people use them and have great success with them. I've interacted with them. They seem really nice, but the shipping, they're in Ohio or Michigan. I can't remember. The shipping from there to California was a lot. It was just way too much. Didn't make any sense financially. Mercury's right down the road. They're just on the other side of the valley here. They're 20 minutes away from my house, maybe 25 in traffic. But it's since I've been, restarting and re-engaging, I haven't had luck. So, but they're great guys over there. Sergio Hammernick is one of the smartest, coolest people I know. He's really great. Scotty Bratcher. Hey, there you are, buddy. That's our friend Scotty Bratcher. Here's a guitar I was talking to you about. Yeah, they're just across the line in Michigan. That's right. I thought they were Michigan, right? So, I think that's what we're going to do. And then if that happens, I'm going to go to Ohio and make sure, everything gets out correctly and the new amps are being built correctly. And I think we did talk about this last week. So what I'm going to do is resurrect a couple of old legacy amps just to kind of put gas in the tank and get dealers back online and do all that. Right now, I'm thinking Little Elvis and the Stone Pony, because both of them seem to have endless demand. And I know 20 dealers right now that would say, yeah, I'll take one or two of each of those, just to get rolling and get the relationship going with this new contract manufacturer we have. Hey, Rob Taylor, how are you? What's the temperature up there in Toronto? It's 80 today here. Oh, sorry, I had to do it. Anyway, excuse me. So when that happens, I'm going to go visit. I will be staying in Cincinnati and visiting our good buddy Scotty Bratcher and this new manufacturer we have online. And maybe for you guys in the Midwest, we should whack up a dinner, pizza and beer dinner or a gig. -12. Oh my God, Scotty, I'm sorry. You don't have to do that. 18 degrees Celsius, minus 18 degrees Celsius. Holy frick, what is that in Fahrenheit? I'm bad at my Celsius when I get that low. Oh my gosh. Hey Siri, what is negative 18 degrees Celsius in Fahrenheit?
Minus 18 degrees Celsius is negative 0.4 degrees Fahrenheit.
So you're about 0 Fahrenheit. Yeah, that's cold, man. Brass bra, right? But if you guys have any opinions on what amps, excuse me, still getting over sinus infection. If you guys have opinions on what of the old amps you would like to see. Now, I have to keep an eye on what can be a viable product that sells through, not just something, that you missed. Sorry. But right now, I still get a note every week from somebody going, hey, you know where I could find a Little Elvis? And the people that own Stone Ponies rave about them. Yes, brass monkey, Rob, you're right. We have a similar saying in the United States, has to do with a witch and a brass bra. 30 degrees in Connecticut, man, that's sweater weather in Connecticut, dude. Get out and you're in Connecticut, so go play lacrosse, right? Sorry. That was too easy. It's California, East Coast, and jabbing each other. I'm sorry. Yeah, I think the high today is 80 here this morning. So. I'm digging these pickups. I think, Scotty, you were the one telling me um, you have a R9 with custom buckers in it, and you really like it. This is the first time I've heard this guitar with the new Faber bridge on it through an amp, and I don't think I need to change these. These are great. The only thing is I'm using regular strings. London Pro's a massive winner. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Instead of using pure nickel strings, I've kind of gotten used to that. I'm digging this whole setup. Yeah, Scotty says we met because I was looking for a Stone Pony. You haven't got rid of me. Oh, that's a good thing. Yeah, Stone Pony's great. Like, and when you started playing it on your videos, I'm like, dang, I forgot how good that amp was. Isn't the producer consistent with your low voltage, high current, newer platform? Yes, it's just not as far along. So the producer, for example, like the Producer 6L, normally you would see B plus on a pair of 6L6s over 400 volts. Most amps is 420 to 450. On the Producer 6L, I think it's 280. On this one, right now, the way I'm running it, I think it's 180 volts. And then when I go down to the low power setting, it's like 95 volts or 100 volts. So it's really low voltage. And it's the thing is, we tried that before, but we couldn't retain the same behavior. We couldn't retain the same feel under finger. Like, it really changed. So we've done things with this one and with our power transformer supplier to change that. So with the Producer, I basically just made a big amp safe. So, you know, at 280 volts, that amp is around 28 watts, 30 watts maybe, instead of 50. 30 watt amp is still louder than hell. And most people have never complained about the volume on that amp at all. But the tubes will last forever. Like, we started making the Producer, I believe, in 2011. And as far as I know, there's only one or two of those that have ever blown power tubes. That's unheard of in the amp world. All new amps blow power tubes. Power tubes are like shoes and socks. They wear out, right? Not on a Producer. This is going to take this to the next level because we're flooding these tubes with a lot of current. So that means you can use any cheap shit tube you want. It'll sound really good. These are the cheapest Chinese tubes I could find. And I did that for, excuse me, proof of concept. I wanted to prove that you don't have to go out and buy vintage NOS 6L6s to get a good sound. These are literally, I mean, I should probably put some vintage tubes in here and see how much better it sounds, but I'm literally using the cheapest tubes I could find. These are, I don't know how to say it in English. It's a technical engineering term, dog shit. I don't know how to say it otherwise. They're just dog shit tubes. But when you drop the voltage on them, yeah, Jam the Marquee was a great amp. I agree with you. That's on the short list. When you flood them with current, excuse me, and drop the voltage on them, all of a sudden every tube starts to act pretty correctly. Jamie Loney says, everyone that comes into my music store sees my London on stage and they want to know where I can get one after they, oh, cool. Well, you know, the London's kind of that desert island amp. Have you had anything after that? The Empire in London, personally, the Empire was great. I think it's too much wiring, too much switching. I would think a Whiskey or something like you're playing now. No problem selling your amps here. Well, I will have you sell my amps, Jamie. Where are you again? Sorry, I know you told me. I forgot. Mark's on the air says, if I'm loud with the band, the master works great. But if I'm home and want to wind up the gain in the room, I love to use my Tone King iron. Okay, cool. Yeah, so with this, I mean, this amp still has a master voltage on it, but if you drop it down to 3 watts, I could go in between two, but even at 20 watts, like this feels like a big ass, 50-watt amp. It plays like it, feels like it. I'm not compromising anything. You do sacrifice a little headroom, because there's just not the electricity there for it. But who cares about clean sound? I don't. I mean, I got the amp up on 7, so it's going to break up no matter what. But if I roll it back to like 4. Let's see. No. Hey, Darla. New dog, sorry. Darla, come on. It's okay. It's just a delivery guy. We love our delivery guys. It's okay, honey. My wife and I, we rescue border collies. So every once in a while, you got to teach them how to be civilized. This dog was a farm dog before it was being abused. And she never slept inside before she came here to the house. And some dude was beating her. I don't know why anybody would do that. Special place in hell. But anyway, so my youngest daughter, brought her home about a year ago. She was boarding a horse at a ranch where this dog was, and when I go clean. Hear a little fret noise there. I still need to get this set up better, but yeah, because I just guessed wrong when I put the bridge on. It's not the exact same geometry as the one that was on there. Yeah, I can hear a lot of fret noise now. Good harmonics, huh? So this amp's just on 4 now. And if I weren't getting a lot of fret noise, it would sound a lot cleaner. But yeah, it's kind of choked. I gotta get the setup happening. Let me just see here. Yeah, I'll worry about it later. This is the old interface. If I had my Apogee. Somebody sent me a couple of mic mute switches here. Like I have a foot switch down here to mute the mic if I want. Well, I'm going to have to pack it up here in just a few minutes. Let me go ahead and turn this off. And we can get into some questions if you want. Anything on your mind? Anything you'd like to talk about? Anything. I don't really care. I've been locked in the house since first week of December with eye surgery. Tell me what's going on. How are your dogs? What's happening? Speaking of dogs, Darla, are you still here? Darla, come here. Darla, come. Darla, where are you? She's cute as hell. She's become a great dog, but she still hates the mailman and every delivery guy. Every day. Come here, Darla. Where are you? Come here, dolls. Come here, sweetie. Where are you? Come here. Come here and say hi. Ow. Bang up my guitar. Darla, come here. Darla, up. Come on, Darla, come on. Oh, little cutie. She's not going to show her face. Anyway. Little red and white border collie. And she's a good one. There she goes. Anyway, anybody still there? I run you off with my incoherent rambling. Anyway, yeah, man. So back to the other message. Everything's going to be all right. We're going to go through some shit, and we're going to get some scar tissue from it. Scotty Bratcher, is the Rocket 88 a candidate? Maybe. We didn't sell that many of those before. To be honest with you, it's just a Soho. It's a huge Soho. It's a Soho with big ass transformers in it. And then we, massage the circuit to maximize 88s. The problem, 88s are expensive. And, but that other prototype, the one I have over here that I played initially, that's a Rocket 88 with our new power thing in it. It sounded great. I had that down to 2 watts. You had me a huge ass. I know. Backyard, baby. Basil says, what's the biggest amp you think you'll make with 65 2.0? That's a good question. While there are some people who want big amps anymore, the demand for that's really low. Even in the old iteration of the company, 85% of our business was 20 watts or under. Maybe it's just because what our brand is associated with, How loud this guitar is acoustically. I'm playing with my fingers, no pick. That's the Faber bridge that makes it sound like that. So while I would like to make a bunch of stuff, like if I had a bunch of extra money and say, hey, let's make 20 of these, I don't. Maybe in the future, like if things take off, there might be some disposable income to have fun with. But right now, I can't even get out of the gate right now. I'm still trying to get our seed round of money going. Which we're close. Unfortunately, I've been sidelined for 2.5 months. That was not a welcome or planned for or foreseen complication. But I'm going to start driving actually this afternoon. I'm going to try to drive somewhere and see. My friend's coming with me to watch, so I don't just run a busload of nuns off the road or something. But I still have a little bit of the gas bubble left in this eye, and you can see it's still a little off. My vision's really good out of it, but from here down, it's like I'm looking through water. Excuse me. Basil says, I'm still a big amp guy. So far, the smallest amps I have are 30 watts and not really intentional, just happened. Hey, Michael the Temple. Hey, good to see you, buddy. He says, hey, I'm only here for about 5 minutes, getting ready to go to rehearsal. I just thought I'd tune in and say hello. Everybody say hello to Michael the Temple. Michael, I'm going to bring this guitar over to you next week. And I'm going to bring this neck over to you next week also. And we're going to get caught up. Yeah, Basil says I have gas bubbles somewhere else. Yeah, I hear you, buddy. Me too. But everybody say hi to Michael. Michael's my guy. I've trusted him with my guitars for, 20 years now, or close to 20 years. I don't know of a better luthier that I've ever met than Michael the Temple. Not to mention, cool, buddy, thank you. Not to mention, he's just the sweetest guy. Like, you want to be friends with Michael the Temple. He's great. Sometime we should do the show from your shop, Michael, and your stories are so good that we should share them. You have so much neon. I always use luster. What's luster? Says Neon 333. Does he sell those necks? No. He sells guitars. I don't know, Michael. Would you make an egg for somebody and sell it? I don't know. I've never seen him do that, but I shouldn't speak for him. Let's try to do that. It'll be fun. Yeah, I think it'd be great. I think people are going to really enjoy getting to know you, not just the name, because the name is really well known. But when they meet you, they're going to be, oh my God, I love that guy. I always wanted a Soho. Well, Sohos are good. Yeah, I know. A lot of our amps sold really. We didn't really have any that are a flop. What are you questioning, Michael? Someone was asking if you would sell a neck like this as a piece, not a guitar. That's was the question. So I don't know. And it's okay if the answer is no. Don't worry about it. It'll be okay. Anyway, fellas, I gotta run. It's almost 1 o'clock, and I got some stuff to do. I'm still working on my taxes. Yay. Something weird happened today that I need to get online with one of the tax attorneys and see what's going on. Have them give me a call and we can talk. All right, so you guys can find Michael on Facebook. He has this profile here, and there's also DeTemple Guitars on Facebook. And get a hold of Michael. I can't speak for him, so get a hold of Michael and say hello and see what you can work out. Michael's usually very accommodating and nice to everybody, so I'm sure there's a good outcome there for sure. Anyway, I do gotta run. I'm sorry to be short, even though it's been a full hour. Mike, thanks for coming by, buddy. I look forward to seeing you in person. We haven't seen each other since November, I think, when we both went under the knife shortly afterwards. Thank you, Phil. I appreciate you spending time with me, buddy. And there's a couple guys here that want to sell the new amps, so I'm excited about that. And hopefully I'll have good news for you pretty soon regarding that. But I'm going to split. It's 1 o'clock straight up, and I've got to run. Anyway, I love you guys. Trust me when I say everything's going to be okay. I promise. So I'll see you next week, and maybe I'll bring up that Monterey that I'm selling, if I can find a cabinet to put it in. All right, I love you fellas. Be good, and I'll see you next week. All right, take care now. Bye-bye.